This is the Almont Downtown Development Authority, December 18th, 2024 meeting. We're called to order at 7:01 p.m. and let's say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Scott White,
Here.
Krista Booth, present. Steve Schneider,
Present.
Tim Dyke, Holly Miller,
Present.
Andy Rose, Melissa Schneider, present. Ashlyn Glasser, present. Charlie Kroll.
Present.
Any additions or deletions to the agenda?
There are additions to our agenda on the physical agendas at the table. They're notated in red. We had two bills, one's a DT bill from First Congregational, and one is from RCI on an outlet repair. And then under discussion, we're adding C, the director's quarterly review.
Okay, communications. We received a FOIA request. We fulfilled it. It was picked up. We received 2 phone calls from residents requesting removal of the presentation from the website. That's noted in your packet. Is there any public comment? And if there is, public comment is limited to 3 minutes. It is comment only. It is not question and answer time. Yes, and this is on agenda items.
Thank you.
I think everybody's aware of what went on this past week, and thankfully it was resolved somewhat. I am requesting to know who is in charge of the excuse me, DDA website.
This is public comment time. It's not question and answer time.
I would request that anybody who is in charge and is in charge of putting stuff on that website, that they should resign or be immediately removed from the board.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Tracy Piwinski, and I am one of the people that called to ask for that information to be off your website. There's 2 PowerPoints, and there's no reason they need to be on a public website like yours when they're not written very well or tell the truth. So please look at those and think about taking those down. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. Randy Eschenberg. I have a question. I do believe it's on the agenda tonight under Small Business Saturday. These were cards that were in town, correct? Yeah, I grabbed some of these cards on that day to try to promote some business here in Almont. And I picked these cards up at the coffee shop. And it said that you had to go have them punched or stamped or initialed. And so we went shopping that day and we got back to Almont and I thought, okay, well, let's go to some of these places. We went into the jewelry store. They really didn't know what was going on. I thought they were a small business in Almont. They really weren't aware of what's going on. I guess they said we've had other people come in here. They didn't know they were supposed to sign them, punch them, or what. Then we went to the shirt place next door. I go in there, check things out in there. Basically, got the same story from them there. And then,
You're fine. I didn't reset the timer. Go ahead.
okay. Then we went across the street. We went into, I believe it was the boutique over there. Bought some items in there. We kind of said something to them about it. And they says, well, some people have turned some in here, but we don't know what's going on. We don't know what we're supposed to do with them. Then we went to Senior Victor's. We ate. We had 2 cards that were punched, Regina and myself. We both had cards punched. Nobody seemed to know what we were supposed to do with them. Next morning, Sunday, we went to the coffee shop, dropped them off there. I don't even know if they were ever picked up or whatever. But, you know, talking to some of the business people there, I guess in Almont, it's like there's a lot of friction between businesses and the DDA or whatever. That needs to be cleared up, I believe. I don't know what it is that people got against businesses here, but everybody needs to get along. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kim Shaw.
You're fine.
The reason why I'm here tonight is 2 things. I have a question for Angela as to why the FOIA that I requested, and I did receive it, it's the same thing that Ms. Kowinski received, but you charged me double for the same information. I requested the budget, it was not online when I looked. And you had sent me an email saying it was under a different tab or a different heading. And then I got the budget you did for the Heritage Festival, and it was the same thing that Ms. Kowinski got. So I want to know why I was charged $12.50 and she was charged $6.15.
Because she asked for solely the Heritage Fest profit and loss document, and you asked for 8 items.
They were all on the same piece of paper.
So you just wanted the Heritage, no, they were not.
We got the same piece of paper.
Same document.
Don't need to
We
respond.
got the same piece of paper. We shared it with each other.
We shared it with each other.
I believe you. I have all of your 8 items that you had. If you only wanted the Heritage Fest profit and loss document and you didn't want me to go through and break down pre-registered cars, day of cars, break down the budget, break down the vendors. If you were going to do that all on your own, I would have let you. I didn't know that because you requested 8 different items.
Angela,
Sorry.
a procedure? And that's answering question time.
All right, my other thing is I don't know how many pages this was, of the chairman's slides or PowerPoints. The one where it says DDA director has no power or authority per the DDA bylaws to sign any contracts or legal documents. Well, I disagree with that. I've been signing them, or I signed them for 6 years. Previous director did, and the one before that. If you read, it does state that the chairman can sign the documents. Not a problem with that. If you read under the director, it doesn't say she can, and it doesn't say she cannot. I called 3 other DDAs today. They all signed their documents. They do what I did. You bring it to your board approves it, declines it. If it's approved, the director signs off on it. So the statements that he's making are false statements, in my opinion. But I think that there's a lot in this PowerPoint that needs to be looked over thoroughly, not just by myself, but by a lot of other people. And I don't really care about the $12.50. It's a matter, the point is, yeah, I broke mine down, but it's the same form that Ms. Kowinski got, that I got. And she requested it before me. So, and to see that there was a loss for your Heritage Festival, that was interesting. So.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, moving on. We need an approval of consent agenda.
So moved.
I'll support.
Who supported?
Me.
Moved by Steve, supported by Melissa. Approval of minutes. Oh, do we? Sorry. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Good.
Approval of minutes from the November 20th, 2024 meeting.
A motion to approve the minutes?
Second. Motion by Scott, seconded by Ashlyn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Let's move on. Approval of bills payable. Please note, we did add those 2 bills in there. Are copies in here, right, Angela? Are there copies of those two new bills in here?
Yeah, the copies of the bills are in there and the adjusted total is in red.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion to approve the bills payable in the amount of $8,654.90.
I support.
Motion by Melissa, supported by Scott. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Treasurer's report. November revenue and expenditure.
I'll make a motion to approve revenue and expenditure report.
Support.
Motion made by Krista, supported by Scott. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion to approve the November check disbursement.
I'll make a motion to approve November's check disbursement.
A second.
Motion by Melissa, seconded by Krista. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Um,
See opposed.
I'm sorry, opposed?
Thank you.
Sorry, Steve.
Just a clear
Thank you.
record.
Thank you. Reports. DPW reports attached. Anybody have any questions, concerns? Angela, you want to go over your report?
Sure. We collected over 35 punch cards from Small Business Saturday. There's a winner, and her basket is there. So Michelle Bryce is listening. You won. We just wrapped up Holiday Festival. Thank you to everyone for being there and for volunteering. It was an awesome day. We had a few things that we're going to try differently next year in regards to lineup, but overall, after the hour of chaos, it was magic. I wanted to publicly thank Gearmaster and the Grinch for sponsoring the bagpipes this year. They were awesome. Sorry, I see a typo. The fountain was shrink wrapped the day before Thanksgiving. We had a grand opening for Mother Earth on November 20th. I think everyone here is aware that 2 of our light poles, 1 of our trash cans, a tree, and a flower pot were casualties of an auto accident on Thanksgiving. RCI has just emailed me over the estimate for the 2 light poles. They'll ship the beginning of January. So I'll be getting those to the adjuster, and I have the quote from American Tree too for the stuff of theirs that was damaged.
Sorry. Steve.
Sorry.
It's very distracting.
And I got an email today from one of the winners of the parade. I forgot to mention this in Holiday, and I don't have it pulled up. He wanted to give his prize back for us for future events because he was so impressed with the day. So that was exciting. I am working with Julie, our website provider, on all of the new features they added, trying to learn how to use them. I had meetings with the county DDA directors, the LDC director, and the MDA director. This month, I had an MDA lunch and learn. I had an events meeting and an executive meeting. Anything anyone has questions on?
Oh,
Okay, on to new business. Executive committee. So the executive committee met, just yesterday, to discuss Angela's quarterly review, which we'll get to later, and to talk about the joint committee meeting, or the joint committee that Village Council wants to have with us. The executive committee wants to mirror what Village Council did and have the chairman, another board member, and then, well, obviously 3 members, but the 3rd member, we would like to be one of our new people who have no bias or history with any of the issues going on in town. So yeah, does anyone have any suggestions, thoughts, questions, or what?
I oppose the chairman being put on this committee. The divisiveness that was mentioned by our Almont trustee is not appropriate. I don't think it will enhance our relations between the village council and the village DDA being worked out, promoted, and smoothed over. I oppose that nomination for that particular individual. I might suggest Krista as a substitute. She has plenty of experience in this board, and she's proven herself to be a good board member. So I would suggest that.
Anyone else have any thoughts, questions?
So with all the conflict that has occurred in this last few months, that might be one of the better decisions, is not include the chairman. So we can try to just temporarily until maybe we reconvene another time and we can work as a community and not be at each other.
As the 3rd person, I would like to nominate Scott White for the, since he's one of our newest people on the board. He seems pretty enthusiastic about being involved with our board. So I think him having no biases, that would be an excellent 3rd person. If you would
Is
accept.
it a yes, I accept
Yeah,
your
accept.
nomination? Okay.
I accept.
We just need someone to make a motion to nominate the people to represent the DDA.
I will make a motion to nominate Scott White, Krista Bowes, and Holly Miller to be on the joint committee between the village and the DDA.
Support.
Melissa made the motion, Steve supports, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Abstain. I'm on the village
Yep.
committee, so I don't think it'd be appropriate.
Good call. Okay, it passes. On to discussion, website posting. So the board was made aware of a post that was put on our website unbeknownst to the board as a whole. It has been removed. The board needs to take action to prevent this from happening again. Anyone have any thoughts on it, questions, comments, motion to be made to prevent that from happening?
I believe anything that does go on the DDA website needs to be approved by the board and DDA related only.
That is the appropriate manner in which this should be addressed, especially in light of what has just occurred. And it is the DDA board's website, not a particular individual's website, which appears to may have been the case. So any postings should be brought to the DDA board and discussed, addressed, and then voted upon. I think think that's all only makes sense. And essentially to make sure what has occurred does not happen again.
Did you want to say something?
Not if you
Oh, I
have a
was,
motion. I was just gonna say you probably should say like
yeah,
the specific
yeah.
person. She's gonna make a motion.
Yeah, I'll make a motion. So I cannot condone, go ahead.
Motion?
Yeah.
From both my perspective as a DDA member, talking to village council leadership and council, we also thought and I think the posting was inappropriate. And I agree with what's said tonight, that anything posted should be approved by this board, and it should be limited to the director to posts, unless there's a secondary person from this board that is approved by this board to have rights to do that in the absence of the director. That's my opinion. So,
And I cannot condone what was posted on our website. It was wildly inappropriate, and it was done without the board's knowledge or approval. So with that being said, I would like to make a motion that we implement a new policy, since we do not have one, that only allows the DDA director access to our website, and that the director can only post items after the board has approved them.
Support.
Motion made by Melissa, supported by Steve. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
And also, with that being said, in light of these recent actions taken without the board's knowledge and approval, it's also been, I've been concerned about the exceeding budget of our legal fees. They are already exceeded for the fiscal year, and we're only 5 months in. So with that being said, we have no policy in place. I would also like to make a motion that, or a new policy that seeking any legal advice or legal opinion require approval from the board until the end of this fiscal year.
Support.
Motion made by Melissa, supported by Steve. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Policy passes.
And also, with that being said, since we have no policy in place about FOIA requests, and us on behalf of the DDA, I think that we need to consider that that topic as well, and implement a policy that any FOIA requests go before the board for board approval before submitting them, and Angela having to submit them on her behalf.
Isn't there a time limit on, on the board submitting FOIA?
Yes,
Never
somewhat
mind,
submitting.
I misunderstood you.
Mhm. Not receiving them. But if our board were to submit a FOIA request, I think it should be with board approval. And if it's an emergency, then we call a special meeting,
Melissa made a motion.
Support.
Thank you. Motion made by Melissa, supported by Krista. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Any more, Melissa?
Oh, I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Item B, 2-hour parking signs. You want to talk on that one?
Yeah, it's just an update. The board directed that we put 2-hour parking signs in 2 of our municipal lots to try to mitigate the parking concerns. DPW hung those up. Was it only yesterday? Feels like a lifetime ago. Yesterday, and I just attached the email I sent out to the businesses, so everyone was aware.
And I will say the parking lot on Branch Street was not full today when I drove by at lunchtime, which was amazing because it's always full because us employees typically park back there. I am definitely to blame at times, so.
I've had a few emails this morning thanking us for doing that, so.
Good. Item C, Director's Quarterly Review. We met just yesterday, it seems like a week ago already, to go over Angela's quarterly review. We did discuss some items that need improvement. We made a action plan. Angela's director's report is going to have a little bit of a change going forward. She will be visiting 6 businesses every month and letting us know that she's reached out to them, what occurred. What else are we adding?
Current projects that she's
Yes,
working on, where
thank you.
she's at, next steps.
Yeah, so things are going to change a little bit. So yeah. Anyone have any questions about her review or comments?
Nope.
Okay. Old business, Holiday Festival. Any questions, comments, concerns?
I mean, I thought it went great. We
It was a
added
blast.
a few new things that were a hit, and the parade went off perfectly. Oh, I want to thank the fire department too. I mean, and the police department and DPW, but the fire department really goes all out every year, and
It really showed up this year
Yeah.
for sure.
it's my favorite part. So
Yeah. It was awesome. Small business
Oh.
Saturday. Go.
So sorry, I forgot. I do have something else that I have 2 other concerns, or 2 things to say. One, with the motion that was made regarding the website postings, what do I do with what is up there currently?
Take it all down. It was not approved. Take it down. If someone wants it put back up, we can make a motion to put it back up, and the board can approve it if it so chooses. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
And my second, just FYI, was I talked to Chief Don Smith for a little bit today, and we were talking about the fire millage and our capture of it, and so we're working through that. And I also was we're working through that and trying to figure out how we can get that money back to them if that's what the board is willing to do. So not today, obviously, but that'll be it.
They'd have to come, they have to come to us and request it formally, correct?
But we're going to work together and get more information on exactly how it has to be done so that,
That's good stuff.
that's it, sorry.
It's okay.
I just had notes and then I forgot about them.
That's okay. Item B, Small Business Saturday. I think you already talked about that in your report. Congratulations to the winner of the Small Business Saturday raffle. Did you post that on Facebook, or you did? I haven't looked today. Okay, congratulations. Any public comment on non-agenda items?
I think I pretty much have my answer, and I'm going to publicly and officially request that Mr. Russo be removed and/or resign from this board due to his abuse of his power.
Thank you for listening to us and removing those postings that are on there. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Anybody else? Come on up to
Stand
the,
up.
yep, gotta come up so everybody can hear you.
I think that the moves that you have made tonight are starting to move things in the right direction. Mr. Snyder, I commend you on that. We got some new members coming in with some new blood. Hopefully, we can patch this town back together, make everybody happy. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. Board questions and comments? Do you want to go around the table like we do at, you guys do at Village Council? Scott, questions, comments?
I have nothing at this time.
Krista?
I enjoy the holiday parade. I think that and the Heritage Festival are one of my favorite things about this village, and seeing everybody come together and put aside differences. With that, we need the community to be with us because we are here for the community. I don't get paid to sit here. I don't get any money from this. This is my volunteer time. I put my heart into this village, and I love seeing how much it has grown over the last 2 years with half a new board and now with 3 new members, because Steve is actually a board member now instead of,
President.
yep. That he wants to be here. He wants to be part of community. We all want that. And I think a lot of this stuff that I've been seeing online for the last 2 years and everything, I think it's petty. We all need to start being adults and handle things like adults. And I hope that I understand everything that just happened within the last couple weeks. And I know people are disappointed in how things have become. But we need to start being a community and not being individual.
Thank you, Krista. Steve?
I echo everything Krista had to say. And so I've invested almost 3 decades in serving the community, and the divisiveness that's going on in the country seems to have invaded Almont, which is a shame, and we have to work towards putting things back together. In addition to that, with regard to the demand made from a community member as to resignation or removal of the present chairman. So from that standpoint, there's several things that the public should be informed of. The chairman could voluntarily decide to resign. That's entirely his choice. This board could make a recommendation that he resign if the board agreed that that should be done. And that would only be a recommendation, would not have legal impact. I'm talking as a lawyer. Only the village council has the legal authority and power to remove any member of the DDA board, according to our village charter, which actually provides for, interestingly enough, the village council the ability to issue subpoenas, investigate, do discovery, and have an actual trial if village council is so inclined. So those are all the things that are on the table from a political standpoint and a legal standpoint. So where it's going to go from there, nobody knows at this point. The DDA, I think obviously knows that there need to be a little bit of reforming and a little bit of improvement in the manner in which it operates. And I think that that's happening in discussions with DDA board, the executive committee, and the executive director. So that's what's out there. We will just wait and see how things develop. But at least I have indicated to everybody what all the possible scenarios might be from a political standpoint, a community standpoint, and from a legal standpoint. I'm done.
Tim?
Well, first of all, thank you very much for taking it easy on me tonight. And secondly, the holiday parade, it's just it was just a fun night because everybody's downtown just enjoying downtown, and everybody's participating from youths to bagpipers to old people. So well done, well put on, and it was just a nice community event.
Thanks.
We need more of that.
Need to order some better weather for next year, though. Melissa?
I echo the part about the holiday parade. It's nice when all of our board members are out there helping out in some kind of way, whether it's judging or helping with the parade, doing the fire pits, just moving couches around for Santa. It's my favorite event of our that we put on. And then I also just want to say, like, obviously tonight is difficult for us as a board, and these decisions, and these were not, in my opinion, to be made as personal attacks on people on our board, but only that we lack certain policies that were in place, and this needed to be done to prevent any actions that could either be perceived as an attack or just misuse of our power, each of us individually. So I would hope that our chairmen know that this was for the best for all of us. It's not just personal. So, and that's it.
Ashley?
I'm good.
Charlie?
I've got nothing, thank you.
Angela?
I just want to thank everyone for Holly Day. Everyone really helped out and stepped up, and it was so much fun. It was such a fun day. So thank you all.
I have one thought for everyone. If you cannot reach our director, please feel free to reach out to any of us. We did have a communications issue this last week. Not only was Angela sick, but her voicemails were not coming through. So she had about 10 missed voicemails this morning when she did an iPhone update. So I can understand frustration and not being able to reach her, but issues happen. Feel free to call any of us. Our emails are all on the website. If you search my name, you will find my phone number very easily. Feel free to call me. I will take anyone's phone call. We don't want anyone to feel ignored. So that's that. Merry Christmas to everyone. I wish everyone a very positive and prosperous 2025. And hope we can all move forward in a very positive way. Meeting's adjourned. Have a great night.
Good meeting, Holly.
Thank you.
Well
7:30.
done.